I'm Skyla, and I'm gonna do mine over conjoined twins. I actually did a speech over this before, so I know a lot about it. Conjoined twins are very rare. There's like 1 in every 200 that, like, whenever they're born, it will be a conjoined twin. It's crazy because, like, the left side of their body will control, like, the person on the left side controls what's on the right, and the person on the right side controls what's on the left. And they can be conjoined at any spot. There's been plenty of places that they've been conjoined. The most common is at the hip. Not sure why. I actually asked my health teacher about it, and he said that whenever the eggs separate, that's just where they stop to make them not completely separate, and that's where it most often stops to where they'll be conjoined. It actually takes like a couple months into the pregnancy before you can tell if it's actually conjoined or not, and it just surprises me how somebody can be like that. I researched on a girl named Brittany and her twin Abigail, and they said that they love being conjoined just because, like, everyone wants to talk to them and everything, but at the same time they don't, because it's stressful, and it's like things to us like walking, clapping, stuff like that, it's hard for them because they have to, like, be on signal, on time to do things like that. Even walking took them a while to be able to do. There is so many cases of it. It's so rare, but at the same time there's a lot of cases because it happens all around the world. The most rare one that happened, but it's rare, but at the same time it's really awesome because they will be conjoined, like a head right here and a head right here at the neck, and the Abigail and Brittany are like that. They say that they want to be normal because of school, but also they like being the way they are. They say that they get in a lot of fights, and I researched them the other day to see like an update on them, and they've actually been, one of them is getting engaged, or she got engaged, she's getting married. And like, it amazes me how that works because both of them will be going on the dates and things like that. I don't really understand that completely. Then there was a conjoined baby, and both of them were married, and they had 21 kids all together. So one of them had 11 and one of them had 10, and they were conjoined at the hip, like completely conjoined. They were actually conjoined by a piece of a liver, and they lived a normal life. They acted like they were not even conjoined. One of them had a sickness, and they really didn't identify it, but he was really sick, and the other one wasn't sick at all. His health was perfectly fine, and the wives of them two actually got tired of each other, so they actually bought 2 houses. One of them lived in one house, and one of the wives lived in the other, and they would visit, and they would switch, like, they would stay at one of the wives' house for 3 days and then switch to the other for 3 days, which amazes me because I couldn't do that. It would bother me, like, knowing that, like, if I was one of them girls, like, well, my husband's at the other one's house. But anyways, so they had to start switching because the wives got tired of each other and, like, actually ended up hating each other because they were together all the time. All their kids were normal, which is very surprising because, like, being like that, you would think something would go wrong, but all the kids were normal, and they actually got married. Like, they had the wedding together. Like, one of them didn't get married to one and then the next day the other get married to the other or anything. They actually had their wedding together. But back to the sickness part, he was, like, super, super sick. They didn't ever say what was wrong with him, but one day he had woken up and he said that he wasn't feeling good, and like I researched about like if one of them can't sleep or something, but it said that really never had a problem with that. And also, like, say one of them drinks and the other one doesn't, it actually doesn't affect, somehow it doesn't affect the other person. So I'm not really sure because they're connected to the liver, and I don't know how that works. But anyways, he woke up one day and wasn't feeling good at all, and they Ing woke up, and he's the one that's sick, and Shane was just trying to feel what was wrong with him, and then Ing actually died that day. They called a doctor to come separate them because the other one was like really upset, and they said that he could die from his brother being attached to him, and the doctor did not make it in time, and he died a few hours later because they say it was from stress and depression of his brother dying, but they don't know an exact cause. But they're pretty sure that's what it was because he was so used to having him there with him that he just, I guess, just died. I don't know. Like, he was just really upset and depressed, and that doctor actually was supposed to get there a couple hours before that but didn't make it. There was a delay in something. He didn't actually make it, and if he would have, he might have lived, but they don't know. They don't know. They said the separation would be a 50% chance of him living or not. Now, Abigail and Brittany, they were gonna actually see about separation, but then decided not to because of the chance of dying and living. I think it was like a 5 out of 15 chance that you will die from it. It was something around that range, and so a lot of people, like, there has been ones that are successfully been separated, but a lot of them don't try it. So anyways, thank you, and that was Conjoined Twins.